The jungle was a living, breathing monster. Rain hammered down, turning the ground to mud as Damon Cruz led his team through the suffocating green. He was point man for Operation Serpent's Tooth, a mission so secret it didn't exist. Their target, a rogue arms dealer in a hidden jungle compound. Damon's senses were razor-sharp, but unease gnawed at him. They reached the compound's perimeter. Ramshackle huts, a crude fence. Damon signaled halt, scanning through his rifle scope. Too quiet. The signal came. Go. They breached the gate. The compound was deserted. Suddenly gunfire erupted from behind. Damon spun. His own men were firing at him. Faces cold, emotionless. Colonel Strake stood among them, pistol in hand. Pain tore through Damon's shoulder, then his leg. He collapsed. Strake approached, face unreadable. You were always the best, Cruz. That's why you have to go. Some things are bigger than loyalty. He raised his pistol. A final shot echoed. Darkness closed in. Damon's last thought, the cold, dead eyes of the man he once trusted. He was left for dead, a ghost in a green hell. Pain was his first companion in the darkness. Damon Cruz drifted between life and death, haunted by betrayal. Gentle hands tended his wounds. He was alive, barely. The Tamara, a hidden jungle tribe, had found him and nursed him back. They taught him to walk again, to survive, to become part of the jungle. Damon learned their language, their ways, their combat, a deadly dance of survival. The man known as Damon Cruz died in that jungle. In his place, Iron Wolf was born, unbreakable, solitary, forged by betrayal. He would hunt those who left him for dead. Revenge was no longer a desire, it was his reason to live. The jungle hadn't killed him, it had made him stronger. Iron Wolf left the Tamara with a single purpose, vengeance. First on his list, Marcus Thorne, the comms expert who jammed his signal. In Macaw's neon chaos, Iron Wolf stalked Thorne, striking during a crowded night. Thorne's shock was brief. Iron Wolf left him with a message for Strake, an ironwood arrow. Next, Eva Rostova, the sniper who fired the first shot. In Siberia's frozen wasteland, Iron Wolf hunted her through blizzard and snow. He found her in her nest, disarmed her, and vanished, leaving another arrow behind. The hunt had begun. Colonel Strake, now head of Aegis, learned his ghost was alive. He unleashed his best hunters, led by the ruthless Jaeger, to eliminate Iron Wolf. They tracked him from Macau to Siberia, but Iron Wolf was always a step ahead. He lured them into Rio's labyrinthine favelas, a concrete jungle. There, Iron Wolf turned hunter, dismantling Jaeger's team with traps and shadows. Jaeger faced him alone, defeated and broken, left with a message, "I'm coming for you." The chess match had become a war. Strake's fortress, the Eagle's Nest, was carved into an alpine mountain, impenetrable, or so he thought. Iron Wolf watched, learned, and waited. He scaled a sheer cliff, bypassed sensors, and slipped inside through a ventilation shaft. Moving like a shadow, he disabled security and sowed confusion. The guards never saw him. Every step brought him closer to Strake. At the heart of the Eagle's Nest, Strake stood before his command center's glowing map. He sensed a presence, Iron Wolf no longer a ghost, but a reckoning. "Cruz," Strake said calm, "I knew you'd come." No more words, no more explanations. The alarms sealed them in. The fight erupted. Brutal, efficient, two master soldiers locked in deadly combat. They used everything as a weapon: fists, knives, the room itself. Iron Wolf, fueled by rage and purpose, gained the upper hand. Strake lay defeated, looking up at the man he'd betrayed. "Finish it," Strake wheezed. Iron Wolf hesitated. Killing him would be an execution, not a victory. He lowered his hand. Revenge was a cage, and he was ready to be free. With Strake defeated, Iron Wolf escaped as explosions crippled the fortress. He vanished into the night, leaving Strake and his empire in ruins. Authorities found Strake alive, his crimes exposed, Aegis dismantled. Of the attacker, there was no trace, only whispers of Iron Wolf. Damon Cruz was gone. Iron Wolf was legend. He had seen the darkness in the world and found a new purpose. No longer a soldier or a man seeking revenge, he became a solitary guardian. The Iron Wolf now hunts not for vengeance but for justice, moving through the